and welcome to News Desk. We are reaching you live from Nigeria's capital city, Abuja. First, the headlines. Teacher hospitalized after serious beating by students in Kogi State Secondary School. 52-year-old Abuja bishop backs 20-year jail for raping minor. Trump tells Putin to end ridiculous war in Ukraine or face new sanctions. I am Imefonokun with this and more. There has been wide jubilation among the residents of Abuja Municipal Area Council, AMAC, as the news of the establishment of a polytechnic within the area filtered in. Many residents cited were full of appreciation to the chairman, Christopher Mekalanku, who they say is always forging ahead with giant strides. People living with disabilities are not left out, as Clearview recollects Mekalanku's appointment of a person living with disability, Wakili Kaura Joseph, as a senior special assistant.
Giving a priority for persons with disability. That aspect, we find it, we get discrimination in that aspect in terms of in job opportunities and the rest of other activities. Education, we have the bias over there. They feel that maybe giving a disability an empowerment or giving a disability persons inclusive in governance, it is a taboo. But I bet you today, since this our disability law was signed into law, it has drastically reduced. As I'm speaking to you, I am the senior special on the disability matter to the executive chairman of Abuja Municipal Area Council, and which I know my quota to the executive chairman, we will be able to reach out to some of our persons with disability, and in his cabinet we have over 7%, 10%, 15% of our political positions in the area council. Aside I, as a senior special assistant, other key positions like Solicitor Councillor of Environment is a person with disability, and other of them, they are persons with disability. It's just that some of them that they have escaped the challenges, they don't like identify themselves as persons with disability, but we count them as a persons with disability. So first in history in Abuja Municipal Area Council, it has never been done like that. It has never been done. The senior special assistant has been given to me first once when he resumed the office. He gave me an appointment for him to have an inclusive governance in his administration.
Similarly, the establishment of a polytechnic in the Federal Capital Territory has been approved by the Nigerian President Bola Tinubu, and this is authoritative. It is to be located within the Abuja Municipal Area Council, AMAC, Kwarimpa, to be precise. The council chairman, Christopher Mekalanku, has been full of kind words and appreciation, not just to the president, but also to the FCT Minister Nyesom Wike, who he refers to as a mentor and Mr. Project. In a press statement signed by his senior special assistant on media and publicity, Public Affairs, Kingsley Madaki, and made available to News Desk, Mekalanku said the establishment of the Federal Polytechnic in Kwarimpa was a dream come true and will add to the progress of FCT residents in line with the renewed hope agenda of the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu-led administration. The chairman of AMAC said the establishment of a federal polytechnic in Kwarimpa will greatly add to the joy of the indigenous people of the FCT, whom he said had been enjoying dividends of democracy since the assumption of office of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and Barrister Nyesom Wike. Mekalanku recalled that for the first time in history, an FCT native, Savanaya Bitrus Jesalo, who served as a two-term member representing Amak Buhari Federal Constituency, was appointed to be one of the Federal Executive Council members. He is the Minister of Special Duties and Intergovernmental Affairs. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has commissioned the newly constructed accommodation for officers and men of the Nigerian Army in Abuja this Thursday. Speaking at the commissioning ceremony of the edifice named in his honor, the president noted that the welfare of troops is essential given their enormous sacrifices to the safety of citizens, while promising his administration's unflinching commitment to their welfare.
I thank the Chief of Army Staff for inviting me to commission this Bola Ahmed Tinubu Barracks for our officers, soldiers, and families. I'm delighted and proud to share the joy of this project completion. I must recognize the efforts of late General Taurid Lagbaja. It's one of the items he earlier confronted me with. May his memory remain blessed. May our country continue to join in its praises. The barracks project aligns with the federal government's commitment to enhancing our troops' welfare, including providing adequate office and residential accommodation. Knowing that the federal government is always ready to provide what our troops need to fulfill their mandates is essential for winning battles. You are our heroes, and I thank you for what you've been doing for this country. I commend the Chief of Army Staff for his foresight in developing the remarkable barrack for our courageous men and women. We appreciate the officers and personnel who contributed in various ways to timely completion of this project.
Speaking at the event, the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Olufemi Oloyede, said the event marks a significant milestone in reducing the accommodation burden of the Nigerian Army while seeking for more support from the government and Nigerians for improved welfare of troops of the Nigerian Army.
I expected to lift the morale of the men because, like I noted during my address, that we have a very huge challenge when it comes to accommodation. And I noted the fact that over 40% of the army as we speak are not accommodated. But we are lucky we have the support of Mr. President, who provided resources for this, and he has promised to provide resources for more, not only in Abuja, but the entire country. So we intend to do the best for our soldiers so that they can do their job well.
The newly constructed Bola Ahmed Tinubu barracks include 16 Major Generals' quarters, 34 Brigadier Generals' quarters, 60 Major Colonel flat, 60 Lieutenant Captain flat, and 180 senior non-commissioned officers flats. Meanwhile, a Federal Capital Territory High Court has sentenced a prominent Abuja-based clergyman, Bishop Kenneth Duke, to 20 years behind bars without an option of fine for rape. The National Agency for the Prohibition of Trafficking in Persons revealed this in a statement by its National Press Officer, Vincent Adekoye. Adegoye said the victim is the daughter of the bishop's church member who was entrusted under the care of his family. In a judgment delivered by Justice Adebiyi Osolo, the clergy was found guilty of one count of rape and was sentenced accordingly without an option of a fine. The development came on the heels of the rescue of 9 pregnant girls by NAPTIP operatives at a suspected baby factory located inside one of the sprawling estates in the Ushafa area of Abuja. A 42-year-old man, Wale Okunsami, has reportedly been remanded in custody by an Oshogbo magistrate court for allegedly stabbing to death a bishop and founder of Rapture Empowerment International Church. According to reports, Okunsami allegedly attacked the bishop after finding him in the company of his estranged wife, who is an interpreter at the deceased church. Spokesperson for the Osun State Police Command, Yemisi Okbelola, said the bishop was in the woman's residence when her husband arrived and stabbed him several times after suspecting that the pastor was having an affair with his wife. The court did not take the defendant's plea due to lack of jurisdiction and ordered Okunsami to be remanded in Ilesa Correctional Center pending further proceedings while adjourning the case. A physics teacher in Ipira Muslim Community College, Okenwe, in Okene local government area of Kogi State, Motar Salihu, has been admitted in an undisclosed hospital after some students of the institution allegedly beat him up to stupor. The act was said to have been part of a grand plan of the students who are suspected cultists to bring the college under their full control and administrative commandments. The alleged leader of the group, Abdul Batim, is said to be a son to one of the traditional rulers in the area. As at the time of writing this report, the teacher who went into coma is still receiving treatment at the hospital. One of the school teachers has, however, called on relevant agencies to assist the school in curbing the activities of the boys. Reports reaching Clearview have it that the district police officer in the area has waded into the matter and has ordered the traditional ruler to produce his son this Thursday unfailingly. Meanwhile, the Kogi State government is yet to respond to this story. The operatives of the Nigerian Police Force have rescued Foloshade Odumosu, the wife of former Assistant Inspector General of Police Akim Odumosu. It was gathered that the Ogun State Commissioner of Police, Lanre Okunlowo, led the operation that saw to the rescue of the retired AIG's wife. The Force Public Relations Officer, Muyiwa Adejobi, confirmed this on his official X handle this Thursday, adding that the kidnappers were neutralized during the operation. Adejobi said the operatives equally recovered the ransom paid to the kidnappers as bait. Recall that the retired AIG's wife, Foloshade Odumosu, was abducted last Thursday at the entrance of her residence in Aropo, Owode local government area of Ogun State. In a bid to create positive change in communities by spreading the teachings of Jesus Christ through advocating for Christian family values and empowering individuals, a church and a non-governmental organization, Christian Center for Mission, Family and Leadership Development, has paid the WAEC fees of 88 secondary schools in the Federal Capital Territory to the tune of 80,335,000 naira. Speaking on the essence of the initiative, the director of ClaimFled said, as a church and NGO, it strives to ensure that no dream is abandoned as a result of financial constraints. Clearview correspondent has the details.
The United Nations Convention on the Rights of the Child recognizes education as a legal right of every child. However, education remains a privilege to many. The GEM and UIS report show that 244 million children and youth between the ages of 6 and 18 worldwide were out of school in 2021. To bridge the gap between the rich and the poor in learning, especially in FCT, the Christian Center for Mission, Family and Leadership Development has sponsored the WAEC fees of 88 secondary schools in the Federal Capital Territory. According to the director of Claim Flood, Isaac Komalafe, the gesture is part of his philanthropic gesture of giving to God and the society.
As a church around this place, we are in a community, and we see children, so many children are dropping out of school, not because they don't want to go to school, but this gateway exam, WAEC, if they don't pass it, and some of them are very brilliant. When you speak with some of them, you see that they have aspiration, the desire to become great in life, to affect their community and their nation. And then we now said that as a church, can we help them with this gateway exam fee? And that's what informs us, the love of God in our heart to our community, because we believe that the church is not only to be in a community and pray and sing. There should be a way by which they impact their community also.
Some members of the FCT Secondary Education Board and principals appreciated the NGO for the gesture and prayed for continuity while urging the beneficiaries to make the best use of the privilege.
You have not just opened the door of education to these children, but you have inspired hope, resilience, and belief in the power of community. And to our students, today is a reminder that no matter the obstacle you face, there are people who believe in you and are committed to alleviating your struggles. So, make the most of this opportunity and strive for excellence.
We in the FCT Secondary Education Board are here to express our heartfelt gratitude to you for your generosity and exceptional kindness. Your commitment to empowering the less privileged exemplified the true social responsibility and community care. The lives you have touched, through this kindness, we forever be grateful because you have given them hope for their future.
They said the purpose is to build lives, to nurture talents. They said no dream should be abandoned due to financial constraints. If all those who are blessed and privileged take up such challenges, I think it's wonderful. I want to appreciate God for what they have done. And it's a beginning of unusual level even for the church. In Jesus' name.
We feel happy. We're happy three of our students was part of the beneficiary. So we give glory to God and we encourage that they should continue to do something like this.
Some of the beneficiaries expressed joy for the gesture and prayed for the organization.
My name is Isaiah Patient Ayuba. I'm from Amide Secondary School. I feel happy and may God bless them for giving me this chance.
My name is Pauline Uchison Vivian. I'm from Government Secondary School, Jua. I want to thank the board for giving us this scholarship to write our WAEC. For us, the non-privileged, I want to thank the board for their provision and the help and they're very supportive. I want to thank the board for that. And may the Lord continue to bless them the more they keep spy on children's face.
My name is Muhammad Ibrahim Pai from Government Secondary School Pai. I thank God, I'm very happy for this, and God will bless others people that will make this to happen.
I'm from GJSS Dutse, that is Government Girls Secondary School. I feel very happy, and I don't have plenty things to say. I just say thank you very much for what they did, and I'm very happy.
Christian Center for Mission, Family and Leadership Development goes beyond its primary focus of supporting families to embrace a holistic approach to community development.
If you are just joining us, you're watching the news on Clavy News Desk. We'll be back after this break. Stay with us.
No one, after lighting a lamp, puts it under a bushel. This is therefore a call to individuals, organizations, embassies, political office holders, and more to inform the world about their activities and achievements through documentaries. Here at Clearview, we parade the masters in the business of producing world-class documentaries. Show your stuff to the world by first contacting us through telephone number 0704 244 1177 or email us at clearviewnewsroom clearviewnews@gmail.com. Watch Clearview News at 7 p.m. daily, Monday to Friday on MITV, channel 255, DSTV, and on our YouTube and Facebook pages. Clearview News Desk. We clear the view, one time and for all time.
Welcome back. The Court of Appeal in Akure, Ondo State, has upheld the death sentence of Rahman Adeyoyin, the owner of Hilton Hotel in Ile-Ife, Osun State, for the murder of Timothy Adekoke, a postgraduate student of Obafemi Awolowo University. Adedoyin was sentenced to death by hanging in May 2023 by the Osun State High Court after being found guilty of the 2021 murder. Oyebola Ojo, the trial judge, also convicted 2 others in connection with the crime. The court ordered the forfeiture of the hotel and a Hilux bus used to transport Adekoke's body to a dumping site. In November 2021, Adekoke traveled from Abuja to Moro, Osun State, to sit for an exam at OAU's Distance Learning Center. He checked into Hilton Hotel, but was reportedly missing 2 days later. His body was later discovered, prompting investigations that linked his death to Adedoyin and others. Displeased by the judgment of the High Court, Adedoyin approached the appeal court to dismiss the sentence and conviction, but this Thursday, a 3-member panel led by Olufemi Akeyu upheld the conviction and death sentence of the hotelier, affirming the High Court decision. The U.S. President Donald Trump has warned he will impose high tariffs and further sanctions on Russia if Putin fails to end the war in Ukraine. Writing on his social media platform, Truth Social, Trump said that by pushing to settle the war, he was doing Russia and its president a very big favor. Trump had previously said he will negotiate a settlement to Russia's full-scale invasion launched in February 2022 in a single day. Russia has not yet responded to the remarks. However, senior officials have said in recent days that there is a small window of opportunity for Moscow to deal with the new U.S. administration. Meanwhile, Putin has repeatedly said that he is prepared to negotiate an end to the war, which first began in 2014, but that Ukraine will have to accept the reality of Russian territorial gains, which are currently about 20% of its land. And that's the news. But before we go, a recap of the top stories. A physics teacher in Kogi State has been admitted in an undisclosed hospital after some students of the institution allegedly beat him up to stupor. A Federal Capital Territory High Court has sentenced a prominent Abuja-based clergyman, Bishop Kenneth Duke, to 20 years behind bars without an option of fine for rape. We also told you that U.S. President Donald Trump has warned he will impose high tariffs and further sanctions on Russia if Putin fails to end the war in Ukraine. You can follow up on latest events and happenings around you via social media platforms on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at Clearview News Desk, or via handle on X, formerly known as Twitter, at Clearview Online. Many thanks for watching. I am Imifonokon.
We invite you to watch how we clear the views on all matters through our partner station MITV on DSTV channel 255, 7 p.m. daily, and also our YouTube and Facebook pages under one name, Clearview News Desk every day. We call it the People's News, as we are available to come over and cover your events upon notice. Or do you have news you want us to broadcast? Send it in. We verify and go to town with it. All for you. Go ahead, engage us to thrash out those naughty issues on the news. And what we need from you is to share and subscribe. More important, convince your loved ones, friends, relatives, co-worshippers, and more to subscribe so as to be getting notifications as we break the news. Go a step further, like the news, and drop your thoughts on the comment section. Clearview News. We clear the view one time and for all time.